Alright dudes, this is Chili back at you with another tutorial, or a let's program thing here. This is the second episode of me making a platformer. Lesson 9, I believe. So let's get on with it. First thing is I don't like the way we did surface here. I'm not happy with this. So we're gonna make a little modification, and I'm also gonna teach you guys a new and important feature or thing. Yeah, thing. That's a good descriptive word. Thing that you can do in C++. So basically, my beef is I don't want to have to pass. I don't want to have to pass this key here. I want the surface class to store its color key. And, yeah, other stuff. But basically, that's the main thing that I'm focusing on right now. Because I don't want the sprite to have to remember color keys for surfaces. And I mean, what if a single sprite has different animation sequences, and those sequences might have different color keys? I mean, there's no reason to make them different, but it could happen, right? So I'd rather have the color key stored on a per surface basis. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So there's a number of ways we could go about this. I mean, I could just go D3D color, and I could add a key here, and that would be fine. But there's other things that I want to take into account. Like, for example, I want the surface to be able to know whether it should be drawn with a key or not. And I don't want to have to make the caller choose which function that we're going to call. So I want the surface to know whether it should be drawn as just a square block transfer or whether it should be drawn as a chroma keyed block transfer. So I mean, I could add another thing in here. I could add like a bool is chroma keyed or something like that, and then I'd only have a single draw function, and inside that draw I would test whether this is true or not. Nah. You can suck a dick, fucking guy. But I'm not going to do it that way. I am going to do this a different kind of way. And we haven't seen this yet, so it'll be new. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new class. I'll call it class. I'll call it... I'll just call it keyed surface. And this class is going to inherit. It is going to be extending the class of surface. So how we do that is we go public surface. And what that means is that the class keyed surface now has all the stuff that surface has. And yeah, so it's a child class of this class. It has everything that its parent class has, but we can add new stuff to the keyed surface that isn't in the normal surface. Yeah, there's some other stuff, but I'll get to that later. So you put public here. That you can inherit with different access members. You can do private inheritance and protected, but we won't use that very much, at least to start with. So just learn, if you're going to inherit from another class, you use a colon here, and then you go public and the name of the parent class. Now, for the child class, we also want a constructor surface. And that's not what I wanted. and I'm just going to copy this. Now, we'll leave it for now. We'll leave this as fine. That's good. It's good. It's fine. Public, not pubic. Public. And down here, get down here, private. Now here is where I can add in my my new data that I want to add to this one. It's an extension of the class surface, so it has these three. Keyed surface already has these three members, but it also has D3D color as its key. All right. Now, writing the constructor here, what I can do is I can take advantage of the constructor of its parent. So all I have to do here, so when we construct keyed surface, we need two things. We need this file name for the bitmap that will be loaded, and we need what's the other thing? D3D color. We need the key. Now here's what I can do. I can call, I'm trying to remember if this is the right syntax, but I can call the constructor of the parent, and I can call it with the file name. So I can pass this on to the constructor of the parent, and it should, this is not being happy, error, expected an identifier. Well, you can suck my balls. I could be doing this wrong, actually. But anyways, regardless of whether I'm doing this correctly or not, you can call the constructor of the parent, and it will set all this stuff up for you. Now, this is pissing me off. I must be doing it wrong. But it's not this, and it's not super, because that's Java. I think it's just surface, man. I think that's what it is. But obviously I'm wrong because it's giving me this underline here. Anyways, and the other thing I wanted to do, well, actually, I could just do that in here. I could just go, well, fuck you too then, bro. This way. Key, fucker. Key. So this will initialize the super class, yeah, and this will initialize the new data member that comes in with keyed surface. Well, it should, as long as I figure out how to do this properly. Okay, so now I'm gonna build this because obviously I'm fucking it up somehow. Fucking it up like a pro. Build. Well, I succeeded. And this thing is still here. So even though I succeeded, it says that it's fucked up. Well, fuck you too, IDE. I don't get it. Build solution. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I don't know why that's red. Apparently I'm not doing it wrong. Anyways, that's how you do a constructor in a derived class. Or an inherited class, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And that is how you call the constructor of the parent. You just use the class name of the parent. So now we got our keyed surface all set up. Now I'm going to add a draw function here. And it's going to have the exact same signature as draw in the parent. And we can do that. And what this does is it overrides draw in the parent. So if I didn't have this draw here, I could call draw and it would just use this one. But by writing this exact same function in the derived class, I actually override this one. So this one in the derived class, this no longer exists. And now draw with this parameter list will call a different draw function. And I'm going to use the key draw here, the chroma key draw. And I think it's just called key, right? Yeah, so that's fine. So yeah, now I can get rid of this because it's not necessary. All right. So now if I create a surface and I call draw, I'll just get a standard block transfer. And if I create a keyed surface and call draw, I will get a block transfer with transparency. Now there's a problem here. Build. And I knew this was going to happen. I foreseen this. Basically, when you inherit, if you use public inheritance, and you inherit from a parent class, what happens is, let me show you. It says you cannot access private member declared in class surface. So basically, child classes cannot access the private members of their parents. I know that sounds really sick, but it's a good thing. Think about it. You don't want to be touching your parents' privates. That's not cool. So, and I mean, I don't want to get into too much theory here, but I mean, there are ways of writing classes so that you can keep this private, and the child doesn't access the private stuff, and it's good. But a lot of the times, you want your child to also be able to access these data members. You want them to keep accessing them. And in that case, you don't say private, you say protected. Now what protected does is it's the same as private, in that if I create a surface object and I try to access width, it won't let me do that. All right? So if I do something like, well, it won't make sense here, but if I go like surface surf and I go surf dot width, that won't be cool because it's still protected. But if I make it protected, my child can access those variables, and that's what we want. So protected is very useful when you're doing inheritance and you're creating an inheritance hierarchy. All right. Yeah. So I think that's basically it. Good. Failed? What? What's your problem? Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, I got that. All right, so we don't have draw keyed anymore. Now, if I call it with just draw, wait, I should make the background gray. Because I mean, if I do it like this, you're not going to be able to tell. Right? It's going to look normal because the background's already white. So I'm going to make the background a little gray. Where's my, I think that's in D3D graphics.h, is it not? Yeah, fill value, I'll make that EO. Build. And now it'll be a little gray, and you can see here we don't have any color keying. So we just got a big stupid chunk of pixels being slammed down onto that screen. Now let's remedy that situation. We'll go to game.cpp, and we're not going to fuck you. I said game.h. I totally said game.h. And we're going to create a keyed surface. And then game.cpp, where we initialize our surface, we're going to initialize it with a color key of D3D color underscore XRGB 255, 255, 255. And that will initialize our dude. And I can call s.draw. I don't have to change this syntax at all. And it'll now allow me to draw my dude with transparency. Very nice. So that's the first thing that was just something I wanted to change. And trust me, we are not finished with that inheritance and shit like that. That's just the frickin' tip of the iceberg. Inheritance is a game changer, my friends. You don't even know. But I just want to ease you guys into it. Don't want to pop your cherry too hard here. So that's all we'll do. That's all we'll cover for today in inheritance. But yeah, you can create stuff, and stuff is good. I just want to show you guys one thing here before we move on to the other thing I want to do today. Where is it? I might not be able to see it in the Solution Explorer. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see it in this mode. I need to get into expert mode for experts who know what the fuck they're doing. We go to class view, we can see the classes in our project. So these are all the classes. Here's a sound class, it's got all its members and shit. So here we have a, that's interesting. I don't know what. Alright. Surface. So we have keyed surface, and if I click on that, I get the three members of keyed surface: draw, keyed surface, the constructor, and key. But I also have inside here the base type, and that's that's its parent, which is surface, right? And if I look at surface, I can get the derived type, but I can't get the base type of the derived type of the base type, because that would be insanity. That would be typeception. Oh, the text is so tiny. I was going to make a penis joke, but I didn't. Because my dignity is above that or something. I'm going to go back to basic settings because it has my font and everything set up. But expert settings has a lot of good stuff. And I guess one day we'll switch into it. By we, I mean I'll switch into it in a video, and then I will stop using basic. I should probably do that pretty soon because expert has a lot of useful features that I've been ignoring. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new class, because in C++ that's what we do. We create classes because we're classy like that. What class do I want to create? Well, I mean, we got our dude here and he's moving around, and that's fine. But I want him to run. I've created like 13 frames of animation, and I am going to use them. So I need a class that will animate my dude. Now, before we just had the sprite and it handled the animation, but that's stupid. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a class. Let me get my my drawing thing here. We're going to create a class, and I'm going to call it surface sequence. And that class is going to contain an array. Ooh, I burped. What is it going to create? An array of surfaces. So we'll have surface S, and then like some number here, and that will represent the I wonder if I should call it surface sequence or surface animation. Let's call it surface sequence. And it'll have an array of surfaces. And it will also have, actually it'll have an array of keyed surfaces. Because, yeah, pretty much any animation you're going to have is going to have transparency too. It's also going to remember the int n. Fuck, I always write SUF when I'm writing surface. I always skip the R for some reason. and surfaces, which is the number of surfaces, right? And what else is it gonna have? It's gonna have like stuff about like the timing. So it might have like int n frames per animation, and I don't know, int start frame and shit. It's gonna have a bunch of functions that will allow us to sequence an animation. And then our sprite object, right? Sprite. Oh, that reminds me, I bought a bottle of Sprite. I should drink that shit. Yeah, so Sprite will have, it'll have an array, or it'll have just like a bunch of surface sequence run right and surface sequence run left, right? And these will be pointers. Maybe not. I haven't decided yet, but they'll probably be pointers. And then they'll point to surface sequences. Here's another one. See, it says surface sequence, and it says blah 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 blah, and this one will point to this one. And then these ones, their array of surfaces will be arrays of surfaces, right? Yeah, you get it? It's like a whole thing. It's a big thing, and it's got like a bunch of other things, and those things have a bunch of other things, and they're all just things together. Everyone's happy. Now, enough talking. Let's fight. I'm hungry, man. I upgraded my Camtasia, so it should not lag my freaking, when I'm recording the game, it shouldn't lag me down anymore, which is good. And maybe in this version of Camtasia, when I pause the freaking video, it won't desync my audio, because I'm gonna hate that shit. And maybe I also upgraded, not maybe, but I did also upgrade my my non-linear editing software, and now I should be able to use my my GPU when I'm encoding, which is good because it makes encoding faster, which means that you guys get the videos a little bit earlier. But enough of that meta shit. Let's program. So we need to add a new item. I could add a class, but I'm not going to. I'm going to add a new item. I'm going to add a header file, and I'm going to put it in the right folder this time. You guessed it. The assets folder. She got some nice assets. And the name of the thing is going to be surface sequence. Surface sequence, because it's a sequence of surfaces. I could have said like surface animation, but I didn't. I said surface sequence. I'm gonna stick with that. I like the word sequence. I like words that have Q in them because it just seems like such a classy letter. It's like the only letter of the alphabet that like has its own entourage. You never see Q without a U. It's like Jeeves. It's like his butler. Okay. I'm going to include stuff. Maybe. I'm going to include this stuff. Nope, I'm only include this one. Where's the surface sequence? I'm going to need string too. Okay, surface sequence. You go there now. Put that in there. I don't want this D3D graphics. I want, and I will get, surface, right? Because if it's a surface sequence, it's gonna need surfaces. Class surface sequence. Now I could use vectors to store the sequence, but I'm not gonna because I think that's overkill. I will use vectors in the case where we have to add or remove stuff on the fly, like dynamically from a list, or where we gotta sort shit, or where we gotta search for shit. But we don't have to do any of that shit for this thing, so I ain't gonna use vectors. Private. Now, yeah, it's gonna be a pointer, and it's gonna work like this. It's gonna be surface pointer to surfaces. Surfaces. And then we want unsigned int n surfaces. I could say n frames, but meh. Let's stick with surfaces. Unsigned int. Fuck, even when I say it out loud, I still can't fucking type it right. What else did I say I needed? Hardy. You see, there's two ways that we could implement this animation thing. Because, I mean, we have 13 frames animation, but we're not going to change the animation every single frame of gameplay, right? So generally speaking, you have a dude, and he looks like this, kinda. This is going to be horrible. He looks like this. He's running. Look at him run. He's running. He's like, whoa, I'm running. Oh, God, that looks horrible. And then you woke up. And then you take the lasso like this. And you ever so gently, delicately lasso the dude. And then you move his ass. So, like, we got, like, some dude. And, like, frame 1, he's going to look like this. And then frame 2, he's going to be a little further. And then a little further. And then maybe in the next frame, he switches. And then he looks... Oh, he died. But then he looks something like, I don't know, like this. Right? He's like, whoa. So the animation will not change every single frame of gameplay. It kind of slides and then changes and then slides. Now, there are two ways we could handle this. We could handle it where we could say, well, we change the animation frame every n frames of gameplay. Or we could do it like this. We could say we change the frame of animation every n pixels that he moves. And that way we can adjust the speed of running. We can run faster or slower. And the animation will still look like his legs are moving at the proper speed. So to start with, I'm just going to do the easy way, which is n frames. But later on, we may switch over to n pixels, which will allow us to have different speeds for running. Or even if we're only going to be running at one speed, it'll allow us to change our mind about what that speed is. And if we do so, we don't have to change a bunch of other shit. So, for now, we'll do it the easy way. So, we do n hold frames. So that's the number of frames that you hold a single frame of animation or a single surface before you switch to the next surface. What else do we have? We have unsigned int. Fuck! Int. Current surface. That's the index of the current surface. I can't remember what else I want. Fuck, I'm getting hungry. In frame. Start frame. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll add that one later. Alright, so that's about all the data we need for our surface sequence. Now. Ooh, you're making me mad. Okay. First of all, this is not a surface. It's a keyed surface. A keyed surface, yeah. Alright, so we do standard I guess W string. Yeah, W string. Base name. So that's the base name of the file we're going to open. Because it's a sequence of files, they're going to have different names, but they'll all have a common base and then just have a different number appended thereto. And let's open that shit. Okay, so I guess I gotta think now. We need another thing here. We need N. Unsigned. I wish they would make this shorter. Int. Like, why can't they just make like the data types like uint and then u float? That's stupid. There's no such thing as a u float. But you get the idea. Ucar. I fucking hate typing unsigned int every time. It's so long, man. Pisses me off. Anyways, back to stuff. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, I was like all the data for initializing and shit. You signed int surfaces in surfaces. This is gonna be long. Unsigned int end hold frames. Unsigned fucker. Int. I guess that's all we need, really, right? Am I right? Yeah. Now these ones here can be constant. Because the number of surfaces and hold frames, they don't change after you create the object. I could make this constant too, right? See, this is an interesting thing, by the way. If I put the const, I'm actually, I could be wrong here because I'm not 100% sure, but what I think is if I put the const here, well, I know this part. If I put the const here, that means that this is a pointer to a constant array, which means I can't change any of the shit in that array. That array is unchangeable. Now, if I put the const here, that means that I can change that array, the shit in the array, but I can't change what this thing points to. It's got to point here, and that's it. It can't point anywhere else. Anywhere else, it cannot point. Now, I could do a constant keyed surface pointer to constant surfaces. And that means I can't change where the pointer points, and I can't change anything inside this array of objects. I'm going to make it like that. Actually, I forgot to make this all constant-y up. This can be constant, right? Wait, I put it in the wrong spot. Where'd my cursor go? Const. I can make that a const. And I can make that a const. Because draw doesn't change anything, it just does its magic. Pixie dust. So I'll make those const. And that way, I can make this const. So yeah, we're just going to get all consty. Get all constipated. That is how I will refer to const from now on. Constipated. Right, so what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was making a thing that was gonna load shit. So we go for int index is equal to 0 as long as index is less than n surfaces index plus 1. And I'll do stuff here later, but I gotta do stuff here. I mentioned this before, but if you make these variables const, you have to initialize them in the initializer list. You have no choice. In surfaces is in surfaces. And fuck you. In hold, whoa. In hold frames. I just got like an idea in my brain, and it's good, but my brain hurts now. It's not used to having ideas and shit. Hold frames. I might actually have to look something up, because here's the deal, my friends. First off, I can't make this a constant thing here, because I can't initialize this pointer in the initializer list, because I need to do it in a loop. So I can't make the pointers constant pointers. I can make them pointers to constant things, but I cannot make the pointer itself constant. It has to be initialized in a loop. Now the second thing is, what my plan was to do something like this. Surfaces is equal to new keyed surface array, and then like in surfaces. Where's my thing? But that's not going to work, because no default constructor exists for class keyed surface. If I create an array of surfaces like this, die. There. What it's going to do is it's going to give me, here's my surfaces, my pointer. It's going to point me to this block, and it's going to have, however many surfaces I got in here. Surf, keyed surf, and so forth. Keyed surf. It's going to give me a bunch of keyed surfaces in a big block here. But when you create an array of objects based on some class, you cannot pass them the constructor parameters, right? There's no way to pass the parameters. I mean, look at this shit. You got nowhere to pass your parameters. You're creating them all at once, right? So what happens is they are all created with a constructor, the default constructor. But we have no default constructor. Default constructor is the constructor with no parameters. And we don't have one of those. And we can't have one of those because we need to know the file name in order to create the surface. So what that means is we can't create these as an array of surfaces. So are we fucked? No, we are not. Because I'm going to create a I wonder what happens if I put it here. No, I can't put constant there. I can't do it. Anyways, gotta stop talking to myself like that. I create a pointer to a pointer. All right? Just stay with me here. I'm going to create a pointer to a pointer. Okay? So this thing points to pointers. Points to pointers which point to surfaces. So now structures is a pointer to a pointer. So it points to pointers. Then, fuck, I don't want to have to erase all this shit. That's good. So I create this. And it is, I'll just put it in angle brackets here. A surface, pointer to pointer, double pointer, pointerception. Yeah. And this one is going to have, I'm going to create an array here of, that's an R, of pointers to surfaces. Okay, so here's a pointer to pointers. It points to an array of pointers, and every one of these arrays points to a surface. You got me? You got what I'm saying here? So this will allow me to create an array of pointers, and then in a loop I can initialize every one of these pointers individually to a dynamically allocated thingamajigger. Yeah. And it's gonna be sweet. I do this a lot, by the way. It's so good. So what we gotta do is we gotta create an array of pointers to keyed surface, and that will make the red underlined squiggly line gods happy. And then in my loop here, in my loopity loop, I will go surfaces at index equal to new keyed, a new keyed surface, and here I can pass my gas or my parameters, whichever you please. Now the parameters are gonna be now I gotta learn how to do shit because I don't use string class that much. So how do I convert stuff into other stuff with string? What I want to do is I want to get the base name plus, wait, I might be able to do it just with a number, plus index, which is a number, plus stdw stringer migjigger. Ugh, I still can't do it this way because I gotta format it. Ballsack. Okay, this is almost what I want to do. .bmp. So we put the base, then I want to put the number, then I want to put the .bmp on the end. And for the key thing, I guess I should put that in here too. Color key is equal to, and that's not the name of the thing, it's D3D color, brah. Color is equal to D3D color underscore XRGB 255, 255, 255. Okay. Let's put a default value here, which isn't working apparently for some reason. What's your problem? D3D color. Why do you hate me? Oh, because you need one of these things. You need one of these. Okay, so now I gotta be able to, I gotta turn this index into a string object. I don't know how to do that, but I could probably figure out a way to do it if I wait a second. I'm gonna do a little research. I guess I could do research with you guys. This video isn't that long. I guess I could go here. Zynga. C++ reference. What was that thing again? Reference. Yeah. That's the one I want. That's the good, sweet ass. Okay, so I want to be able to format strings. C string? No. I could do it easily with normal C string, but I want to do it with the string class. Strings, such constants, two strings. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff in the string class. Well, here we go. We got it now. Okay, I want to format. I want to format a string. How do I do that? Tell me how to format strings, and I will do it. I don't see it. Find, no. Swap, replace assign, a operator. Append a string. Get character. No, no. You don't understand me. Nobody understands me. God damn it. This is why I don't use string, because I don't know how it works. Where's the thing to format it? Strings library. String class. Operators. Is it in like IOStream or something? String buffer. String stream. Interface to manipulate strings as if they were output. Sounds like it would really suck. This is why I don't use IOStream, because I fucking hate the way you use it to manipulate fucking stuff. You know what I mean? Formatting. Like, I want to add zeros and shit to the beginning so that the number of characters is the same. Okay, so std stl string format sprintf. Oh, here we go. std string formatting like sprintf. You can't do it directly because you have to add access. You have to do it first using a C string. Like, what the fuck? So you're saying I just use sprintf? Wait, wouldn't you just use string stream? Yeah. I'm gonna use string stream, but I don't want to have to fucking do the string stream. I hate streams. I hate them because you have to do the format thing. You have to put a format modifier or something. I don't know how that works. I did it before. I have done it. I didn't like it, so I never did it again. And I forgot how to do it because I didn't do it anymore. So now I gotta fucking... Okay. So I gotta look... Basically what I want to do is I want to go... String stream leading zeros. Because I want to have leading zeros. How to do it? Set width 10, set fill 0. And then do the thing. Okay, that seems okay. I can do that. Problem solved. Wait, let me think here. I made a kissy sound. I guess I can include string stream. That didn't help. Include S stream. That's the one. Alright. We're gonna stream this bitch up. We go. String. Wait. STD. God, I'm getting hungry. String stream S. Can I create it with just a string? It's a string. Fuck it, I don't need to do that. I don't care. I'm just gonna create an empty string stream. Then I'm gonna use the evil insertion operator, which I hate. And I'm gonna go base name. What's the other thing I want to do? I already forgot. It was like set W or something. Set. Wait, I know what I'm going to do. I know how I'm going to do this. Because I don't know what this set W affects. If it affects everything or only integers or something, or numbers. Set width. Okay, I think I'm using only double digits for my thing. But I'm going to double check. Framework, stick run. No, I'm using quadruple digits. Good thing I checked. 4. Set fill. Shit. I gotta put an STD in front of that shit. I'm gonna put an STD in front of this shit too. STD set. Okay, well, obviously it wasn't set W because I just fucked it up. What the hell? Set W. Well, it is a set W. So what is your freaking problem? Where is it set W? Now I gotta look up set W. Because obviously set W is not in STD. Maybe it's in string stream. STD. Stream. String stream. That didn't help. Okay. Why can't I do set W? Why do you hate me? I'm getting so hungry. Set W. Okay, where are you? Using namespace std. Okay, so I gotta have IO manip. That's what it is. Whatever, bro. Whatever. You think if I'm going to use SStream, I'm probably going to use, there's a good chance I'm going to use manipulation. Why don't you just fucking include that in there? Just making me fuck around. Pissing me off. Okay, what's the other thing? What's the other thing I had to do? I forgot already. IO base width. Interesting. Whatever. Now I gotta go back to the place where it was. The place where fresh is the taste. Set fill, that's what it was. Set fill. And I want to put that as a 0. And then I want to get nasty with my index. Okay, so that will put my index in the string stream. Now, I can do this. S dot string str. That gets the string out of the string stream. And now I should be able to add these together. Why can't I add these fuckers? Why do you hate me, C++? What's the problem? What? This is a string. This returns a freaking... Wait, that's a basic string. Oh, I see, because string stream is not a W string. Shit! Shit. Is there a W string stream? There is. And it worked, sort of. Except this one didn't work. Why do you not... Ah, because I didn't make this one long. Like my penis. I did it that time. I'm sorry. Back to stuff. We need the key. Let's put it there. Key. Okay. That clusterfuck was brought to you by whatever. What the fuck? What? What? Aw, man. I know what we're doing. We're doing this. It's gotta be a long character because it's or a wide character. Even though it has an L, it means wide. Fuck, I hate wide characters. Why does the bullshit thing... What is it? I forgot what it's called now. GDI Plus. Why does it have to use only fucking W wide characters? That shit pisses me off to no end. Alright, it worked. Everything worked. Everything is automatic. Now, this will create my array of pointers, and this will create surfaces for each of those pointers. And this should have a perfectly constructed sequence of bullshit for your viewing displeasure. Alright, I need to put something here. Oh, I'm gonna eat a chicken sandwich. I'll be right back. Alright. That was good chicken. This will be a good test. If the audio is lagging out at this point, if it's desynchronized from the video, you're gonna let me know. And that will mean that the new Camtasia just sucks as much testicle as the old one. So, we constructed, or we wrote the constructor for our surface sequence. Now we should probably write a destructor. So we go surface sequence. I could have copied and pasted that, but I didn't. And the first thing we do is we go through all of our fuck you. Less than n surfaces index plus plus. We go through all of our pointers and we delete surfaces at index. So we delete all the objects that they point to. And finally, we delete the whole array of pointers that surfaces points to. Are you following me? Are you capiching this shit? That's good. And I think that's all we need to do. So we construct, we destruct. We want a draw function, obviously. Draw. Yeah, I guess that's all we need. Oh, wait, no. That is not correct. D3D graphics. Yeah. We also need a reference to the graphics. And in here, I'm going to make a modification to this draw function later, but for now, this will do. We're going to go surfaces at... Oh, that reminds me. Better start that off at 0. We better initialize that shizzle. Yep. Surfaces at current surface pointer 2. Draw x, y, gfx. And we will also make this one const. There. What else? Now here's the deal. I could make the draw function update the the current surface index, but should I call this current surface index? Or current surface for index? I'm gonna say current surface. I'm gonna try to use this this naming convention from now on. So n just means a number of something. I means index. P means pointer. But I'm not using P or anything for this. P surfaces. Whatever. Because I'd have to do like PP surfaces, and that would just sound stupid. PP surfaces. Yeah, that would be an epic name. Now I'll just call it surfaces. Current surface. And in here, should I call it PP surfaces? I'm so tempted to call this PP surfaces for just a number of reasons, but I'll abstain for now. All right. So like I was saying, I need a function to update the animation frame. So we'll do void advance sequence. I guess I'll call it advanced sequence. I don't know. I just call it advance. Fuck. Screw sequence. We know it's a sequence. Draw advance. Keep it short and sweet. And I'll do it like this. I will go. Oh shit. I should probably do it like this. Current hold count. It's a count, so I should also initialize that to 0. Hold. All right. So current hold count plus plus if current hold count is less than, is greater than, is less than or equal to, no, is greater than or equal to, yeah, greater than or equal to in hold frames. Increment current surface, and then current surface mod or equals to n surfaces. So if iCurrent surface is greater than the final, if it goes beyond the final index, if it exceeds that index, then it just is modded back to 0. Basically that's how that works. And God, that's loud. Current hold count is equal to 0. So we reset that back to 0. And if nothing happens, then we don't do anything. That seems good to me. Alright. Fair enough. Now comes the moment of truth. Let's go back to our game.h. Surface sequence S. Alright, you don't have that. Alright. Game.cpp. Alright. Alright, yeah, okay, so you need other stuff here. Nope, that's not the one. Yeah, you need N surfaces. Here. Fuck, I said this one, though. Dude. That's not cool. Whatever. Number surfaces 13. Ah, you are retarded, honestly. Hold frames. Yeah, I don't know how many frames to hold this mother for. I'm gonna say hold it for, let's see here. Hold it for 4 frames. That'll be our start. Okay. What, is that not enough for you, dude? 1, 2, 3. And this you don't even need. Okay. Honestly, what is your freaking problem? Am I not making myself crystal clear? Number surfaces, hold frames, string, W string, base name. Yep, that's all of it. What is your problem? Inaccessible. Oh! Oh! It's inaccessible because it's all private. And I just was going to type private again, because that would really help the situation. There we go. Well, not quite. Cannot convert from... Ah. Why not? Yeah, I'm not quite sure now which of these it kind of... the const... What is being consted in this double pointer insanity? Where's my output? Cannot convert from keyed surface pointer pointer to constant keyed surface pointer pointer. What? Wait, what? Why not? That doesn't make any sense to me. What if I were to... Nah, that's stupid. That should work. I must be missing something. Oh well. I'll think about it later. It's not important right now. Honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I'll deal with it later. When I'm not on the camera. It's just you would think that a constant pointer, that's like a demotion. You should be able to demote a non-constant pointer to a constant pointer. Because that's just putting more restrictions on what you can do. The opposite, of course, would be stupid, but this one should work. In my opinionation. But apparently I'm wrong. So go figure. Now, we create our surface sequence, and we draw that mother. Where's my game? Where's my game? Advance. Oh noes, it doesn't work. What a surprise. Never seen that one coming. Not at all. Gah. Sigh. Woe is me. Probably it fucked up on the loading part. Because my shit's probably not all together. Oh, okay, I know what the problem is. Well, I know what one of the problems is. This may not be the only problem. One of the problems is that the base should only be up to here. That's what the base is. The rest gets added on in happy, fun, sexy times with string stream and such. Okay, this might fix it. Ah, it fixes it. Sweet, we got a dude and he runs. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's not going very fast. He's running on one of those conveyor belt things deals where it's like he's running against the belt. He's running against the flow of the belt. Now he's running on a treadmill. Now he's losing. Alright, well, here you go. Here's what you can do with stuff. Yeah, talking's hard. Did I ever mention talking is hard? Because it is. Programming is way easier when I don't have to talk. Let me tell you that. But this is the dude, and he runs pretty well. I like this animation. I made it myself by copying something else. I wrote a program to copy it. That program sucks balls. But this is the result. So, yeah. Running dude. Look at him go. I could make it more convincing if I did like this. Ugh. No, I don't even care. You know what? I don't give a shit. Wait. I'll change this one. I'll be like x is plus and equals 2. You don't even know. Is that the right one? Is x an integer? Is it a? Yeah, it's an integer. Whatevs. Now look at him go. Still kind of iffy. I'm gonna give him more. Yeah, sure, whatever. Run. Run, Forrest, run. It's getting there. I'm gonna try one more. Now look at him go. Run like the wind. That's not too bad. It's sort of. Look at him go. Alright. Having enough fun playing around with this shit. So, yeah. So that's our animation sequence thing. That's a class. It is a class. I think that's all I'm going to do for this video. I'll wrap it up. I just want to let you guys know that a lot of this stuff, like this surface, we are going to be refactoring this code and adding shit and changing shit all around by the end. So yeah, just be aware of that fact. I guess next lesson I'll probably be creating a sprite class. I don't know. Probably create a sprite class. And one thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking on the theory side. I'm going to be talking a lot about, or at least a little bit about, finite, wait, what is it? HSM? Well, finite state machines. Finite state machines. And this kind of finite state machine deal is very useful for games. This whole thing. It's like a complement to what do you call it? Flowcharts. It's different than flowcharts, and it's a lot more useful than flowcharts for a lot of stuff you do in games. So we're going to be doing finite state machines. So if you want to get a leg up, get a little ahead, you can learn about finite state machines and about state diagrams. UML state machines. That sort of thing. And that will help you out. Maybe not Wikipedia is not the best place, but there's probably like somewhere on the net that will give you a good introduction to finite state machines. Like something like this. I don't know. Lots of pictures. Pictures are good. Here's a YouTube video on finite state machines. Let's watch it. Now we got a YouTube video inside another YouTube video. Now we got a commercial. Hi.
Let's get started with this course. This is
I don't even know what I'm doing now. I should end this video. I should have ended this video 5 minutes ago, but I didn't. So yeah. Next lesson, sprites and probably state machines, probably. Or maybe the one after that. I don't know. Anyways, state machines, look them up. And later.